Aloha! Today I'm going to talk about teacher education for cultural identity in Fiji. There is a definite need to integrate cultural traditions into formal schooling process. Teachers in Fiji are aware of this need, so they are putting efforts and they are constantly being made to try to find the right approach for their students. There is a close relationship between culture and education. Nowadays, Western schooling has pulled children away from their homes and communities. So, education programs which recognize the significance of cultural identity as the living core and driving force of all cultures are urgently needed. All people should have opportunity to learn culture, develop an awareness of its uniqueness, and be proud to belong. An educator says that every child ought to learn the traditions of the particular human society into which she or he born. The first step surely is for each person to become literate in his or her own national language or culture. So it is really important to include the cultural teaching in the schooling curriculum. Now I will introduce the Fijian context. The Fijian education system is about successful performance in external examinations is the fulcrum. So, because the Fijian education system is exposed to a formal schooling system of colonial Britain, so it is currently emphasizes academic achievement more than the cultural teaching. The Fijian students do not have opportunity to gain a thorough knowledge of the culture and history of their own people. And according to the research, the Fijian students are lagging behind other races in academic achievement. Because Western schooling system is undermining the cultural identity of the Fijian people, so this may lead to the process of cultural erosion. Therefore, there is a need for balancing the academic teaching and cultural teaching. It is true that academic success brings with it money, power, and independence, but the culture is the soul of the people and it defines their identity. So the Western and the traditional are both important in the curriculum. And there is the need of cultural maintenance. Cultural maintenance becomes an increasingly important global issue. And many countries are striving to regain traditional knowledge and modes of knowledge transmission and blend them with the education system of modern industrialized societies. It is important for the Fijian education system move to a bicultural approach to knowledge and learning, because learning the culture of people themselves as well as other countries can add to a person's primary cultural makeup. There is a sensitizing trainee teachers to cultural identity in Fiji. The teacher education program aims to prepare trainees for careers in the junior secondary schools of Fiji in selected subject areas. The objectives is affirmation of cultural identity, and the program seeks to blend Western and South Pacific knowledge traditions. It emphasizes the cultural contextualization of Western knowledge, and it also attempts to address the question of cultural balance by enabling trainee teachers to know themselves and their countries. This course encourages teachers to undertake classroom teaching in a culturally sensitive and affirming way. And it is true that this education program does not have instant changes in attitudes and ideas about education, but it provides opportunity for teachers to discover the traditional patterns of knowledge and education valued by their forebears. So it also provide opportunity for teachers to strike their own balance between these patterns and the introduced system of Western schooling. There are three major phases in the education and society in the South Pacific program. Phase 1 reflects on pre-contact traditional education. Phase 2 looks at Western educational impact, and Phase 2 examines the contemporary educational situation both in Fiji and in the South Pacific more generally. So the horizons of teachers are broadened to include the cultures that surround them in Fiji and in the neighboring Pacific Island nations. So teachers is a really important role because they can promote and affirm cultural identity for education to their students. And so the curriculum must include cultural learning that the people can be recognized and affirmed. Culture is the soul of the people. It is what we were, what we are, and with appropriate education, what we can become. So it is really important to include the cultural teaching in the curriculum. Thank you.